Welcome, family. Welcome to Experience to Liberia. I am your host, Kennardo Kenny. And do me a favor, hit that like, share, subscribe. If you haven't already, give me a thumbs up, leave a comment. I really appreciate it. I'm not going to be too long, but I want to come in and discuss or talk about some things that's recently been stirred up by Tariq Nasheed and some others that's like him that feel a certain way about African immigrants coming to America and how they feel about African Americans. Um, there's, let me say this: stop listening to everybody. If you have not uh, been to the continent of Africa, that's first and foremost. And then secondly, right? Let's just be clear. Not everybody is going to like you. People here in America don't like you. We've been dealing with that for how long? Over 400 years. Over 400 years. Let me just put this disclaimer out here. So if my eye get to bothering me, you have to forgive me because I'm getting over Bell's palsy, and it's gotten a lot better. So I thank God for that. But let's just talk about it, right? We have people just causing division amongst us and the Africans, right? African immigrants, Haitian immigrants, whoever, anybody that's of African descent. And we fail to realize that we have been dealing with this problem since slavery, that mentality, whether it been colonial slavery over in Africa, that's creating division amongst the tribes over there, or us on ground in America, right? Now, let's point this out. I'm going to show you how we're losing the fight, right? Let's go back for the Great Scramble of Africa, right? If anybody knows, right? Before the Great Scramble of Africa took place, what was happening? You had the white Europeans that was over there stealing, and pillaging, and raping, and doing all type of evil, right? Amongst the people on the continent, and they was fighting each other. So they got smart. And what did they say? Hey, let us stop killing each other and let us see how we can eat at the same table. So they came up and they created imaginary borders in Africa. You get this part, I get this part, get this part. Now, whether it be, let's look at it. Dutch, Spanish, Germans, European, British, you name it. They all got a share of the pie, right? They reap the benefits. But what's the point? They all came together and knew it was power in numbers, and they both can eat. Why we can't do that? Why do we have all these other groups that's out here, the FB, ADO, whoever, right? Why do we have that and we can't come collectively together and work as African Americans, right? Why we can't do that? Why we can't understand that if we continue to go down this road, we will never be able to do anything collectively as a race of people. Whether you coming from Africa or you an African American, it's just not going to work. This is why we're behind the power curve. Because when you look at it, think about it. They don't care. The Europeans don't care what your religion is. They don't care what your sex is. They don't care about none of that. All they want to accomplish their goal is to globally dominate. And everybody of other ethnic groups understand this. And this is how they are able to maintain and to keep what's theirs. To keep what's theirs. And here we are, it's 2022, and we still dealing with racial profiling, senseless killings, over incarceration, um, the lack of jobs because of your skin color or lower wages, fair mistreated on jobs if you do have a job. All of these things play a factor. All of these things play a factor in America. And then we have some that, don't get me wrong, you have some that's here in America that's doing their thing and they're just doing it to get along. But whatever floats your boat, however you pay, whatever you do for your family, right? Because that's what's going on now. We turn a blind eye to a lot of things that's going on as a race of people. Look at what happened with the George Floyd incident, right? Everybody came together, and I have to give it up, even those that was not African American. Some white Europeans, they came and joined arms. But what happened? The movement derailed. We're still dealing with senseless killings. Even after George Floyd, we're still dealing with, we had another incident after that. Even the guy that's delivering, was working for FedEx got shot at. Come on now. So my whole thing is this. For me personally, I am heavily invested in Liberia. We have a home there. I went there and stayed 4 months, 4.5 months, me and my wife. And for me to be there for the first time was a beautiful experience. Beautiful experience. I didn't have no problems. I got there on ground, and my in-law was driving me around. But how they drive over there is kind of it's kind of different. But I was used to it because of being in the military, driving, trying to dodge IEDs and things of that nature, right? So, I started driving myself. 2 days I was driving. Once I got in country, 2 days I was driving because we have our car over there and everything. So I want to just be clear. When I was there for them 4.5 months, I didn't have no problems, no major issues, right? Nothing like you would see here in America. I didn't have to worry about the cops harassing me, because why? They were all black. To go into communities and be accepted it's indescribable. Just to see people, and yes, Liberia is rebuilding. They're rebuilding. So, with that being said, there's opportunities for you to go somewhere and you can fit in and not to deal with the everyday stress of America. You don't even have to worry about, especially if you live if you live in a bad neighborhood. Like, I was born in Chicago, so I dealt with that, so I know what that's about. I live with my grandparents in Mississippi and deal with the racial issues during that time. I know what that's about. But to be in a place where you don't have to worry about that stress, and you can get up, you walk, you speak, people speak to you. Hello, good morning, how your body feel? It's mind-boggling. And it reminds me of back when the old way, when you was in a neighborhood and everybody looked out for everybody. Now, I'm not saying that it's not going to be some issues that turn up here and there. No place is without issues, right? And then people will say, why are you going over there? You got to deal with this. You deal with stuff here in America and you don't say a word. Oh, they got trash everywhere. We have trash in America. Just go over there on 56 and Bishop and see some vacant lots over there where my father still stayed to this day, where I was born there. It's still going on. It's up to you to make a choice what you're tired of dealing with. If you're doing the right thing, you ain't got nothing to worry about. If you go over there and have an open mind to accept the culture, because they're going to embrace you, all you have to do is not look at things strange. The only thing you're going to have to get used to, and tell them, hey man, slow up off the pepper. You would get used to slow up off the pepper, but you would get used to it, right? So with this division, I think it's doing a lot of harm to us, more so than good. More so than good. What? Because, man, when you look at how and what we're going through and what we're still facing today, it's sad. It's really sad. And I have made up in my mind, for me and my household, this is what I'm all about. I am waiting to get things cleared up over here, and then my state is in Liberia. I went there, I fell in love. I fell in love with the people. I fell in love with the food. I fell in love with the atmosphere, and it, it's an experience, man. And I wish I could have uploaded the footage that I captured and everything, but something happened. So, but we plan on going back in 2023, and we're going to be there for another we're going to be there for 6 months this time, and to really get our business uh, up and running on this another business venture that we're trying to do. And hey, I'm gonna say this: get your passport. Y'all go, and for those who have passports and you've never been to Africa, stop going to these European places. Go and see. Just go and see. If you don't even ever spend a week or a month, like Search for Dynasty Mirror always say, link up with somebody in that community and say, hey, I'm thinking about going there. What can I do? What do I need? Do that. You will see a different side. And don't even let me start with the houses that's over there, how they're built. When it's done, those people have true craftsmanship, undenied craftsmanship. And stop calling these places third world countries. They're not third world countries. The people that's in power made them that way and gave it that name. How can it be? Tell me this. If you poor, how can you come get money from a poor person? Somebody answer me, riddle me that, man. How can you get money from a poor person? It can't be done. It can't be done. And the people that's in control over there that's not doing right by their people is because they're in their pockets, because they feel that the Western way is the right way, or feel that this is where they gotta be. No. And if you go there, don't try to get in their politics. Only thing you can do is to try to be a help in your community. That's another thing. Like, this is when you're really true to this. What we did was we made sure in our community, right? Because I'm a Bonneville Kaba area in the UPC Palmfield community. So even before we got there, when they was having their community meetings and stuff like that, we made sure we sent our donations to help out what's going on in the community, let them know that we belong. Even though we're not there, we still want to contribute to the upkeep and to the building our community. And when we got there, we made sure that we tried to help and assist and do things that we could afford to do and what we could, was allowed to do at that certain period of time, because we had a lot of things going on as well. But they knew that we was genuinely want to be a part of the community. They opened up, they welcomed us with open arms. For my wife, she's already Liberian, but for me, open arms. Now they couldn't really, my accent, but yet still as time went on, they understood. They understood what I was saying. And then one thing about this, if you go there and you're about handling your business and you're about working, they'll see it. Because I was there, I was out there, I was painting my fence, I was doing things around there, and he was like, hey man, why are you doing this? You need to. I said, no, I'm not a lazy person. I believe in working and just as well. I hired some people to help me with some things, but for the most part, I was there working and taking care of the things that we need to take care of. But amazing, beautiful country, man. Amazing, beautiful country, my people. So, for let's be clear. Not everybody's going to like you, but I didn't experience it like that. I didn't experience it like that. The time I was there, I was welcomed with open arms. I was able to move around communities. I was actually driving to certain places, networking with business owners that was there, creating a relationship with them. Um, it was really, it was no place that I couldn't go where I knew somebody at, right? Now, I'm not saying that, you know what I'm saying, that things can't happen, but it didn't happen to me. Let's just be clear. This is not a la la land. Anything can happen to you in any place at any time. But I didn't have that fear of police officers coming around me or getting a funny look when I stepped in the store, you know. Uh, and one thing about it, if you go there, you learn the currency rate and you know what's going on. See, a lot of people that go and they get taken advantage of is because of the simple fact is that you do not try to learn the culture, right? Because there was a couple places that I went to, they try to act on me. And you know what? I said, hey, no problem, man. If you're going to do this, I said, that's the rate you give me? I said, okay, no problem. I'm going over here. Wait, my brother. Let's talk. Okay, yeah, now, let's talk. So you can avoid a lot of pitfalls if you try to go in there and not think that you're better than anybody else and you treat them as you want to be treated. Trust me, you're going to have an amazing time. I can't speak for the rest of the countries, of the 54 countries in Africa. I'm just speaking on the 4.5 months I was there in Liberia. 2, opportunities is endless. Now you have to go there with a plan. You should have some money saved to do what you need to do to try to start your business. It's not that hard to start a business if you want to. It's not that hard to buy a land if you want to, right? We acquired, well, we have 3 actually. We have a spot in Marshall, well, 2 spots in Marshall, but 1 is on the beach. And we have the one in Bonneville, Cafard. So I'm living proof for all those that's there. I'm telling you, and the food is amazing. The food is amazing. So, and another thing, I was over there for 4.5 months, right? And let me tell you about this COVID thing. Now, I'm not saying that COVID doesn't exist, but the time that we wore our masks was the time we got on the plane and the time that we got off. And when we was in Liberia, we didn't have our mask on. The time we was there, and I never came up positive with COVID. Now, I'm not saying it's not there, but I'm just saying that I didn't have a problem. My wife didn't have a problem. Now, we took our malaria, we had our malaria pills and stuff like that, you know, and we did that, but there was no problem whatsoever that we experienced and faced. So for a lot of people that's out here talking, be your own judge. Be your own judge, and you have to think wisely, man. You have to see between the bullshit. Excuse my language for cussing, but you have to read between the lines with this thing that's going on here. We have never been able to gain a foothold is because we're divided. That's it. We're divided. They try to keep us a wedge between us. And if you don't know, it was a memorandum bill that was signed to infiltrate all black infrastructures in America during the civil rights movement and all of that. To infiltrate and to tear down and to destroy. You think we're still not reaping the benefits of that? Even during the time when we were trying to connect with those brothers over there during the apartheid movement, look it up. I'm telling you facts. Henry Kissinger was the man that was behind this and was signed and got signed off by the president. So what I'm saying is factual. You have to understand. And then for those that look like us, that's causing the division, you make me think you're an agent. Just because you had a bad run-in with somebody that may have been African descent or what you're looking at, you only looking through your lens, brother. Don't say that for everybody. You do not speak for everybody. But what you got and what you got going on. So, yeah, it's a sad case. And yeah, we have to deal with a lot. We have to deal with a lot being in America. But for when immigrants come over and they do better. But for black immigrants that come on and do better, they understand their situation and they say this is an opportunity for them. It's just so happened we live here. It's been harder for us. It's because we've been dealing with the issue, and we done became numb to it. We talk and we go through and we put up a picket sign, but and everything else. But look, and let's be clear, people are still making it out. You have options, whether you go to that community college and work your way up to university, or join the military. Let's see, what else? There's so many opportunities now. I don't understand what the gripe is with with the young generation and with people that's out there. Do you know, if I was growing up in that age and I was exposed to the YouTube, social media, and all this stuff, when I grew up, man, I'd be a millionaire by now. A millionaire by now. But I digress. So family, I want to say this. Get your passport and you take your vacation. You got Airbnbs you can plug into. You got people that's on here that's dropping real facts, real knowledge from people that are left from the diaspora and went over there and set up shop on the East Coast and the West Coast. Prince Dinas Mir been over there numerous times. And big shout out to that brother. Go Black to Africa. That guy retired Air Force that's been over there on the East Coast. You got O'Shea that's over there in Uganda. You have Black Acres of the Gambia. You have who else? JT the Bigger Figure. You know, that's over there, that was in Burkina Faso and in Kenya. You know, there's countless others. It's Black Expat that's over. She's also in the Gambia, if I'm saying it wrong, but that sister. You know, it's so many that's doing great things, that's putting out tremendous amounts of content, of giving you the ins and out, what you need to do, how you need to do it. Now, regardless if you don't like their platform, you don't like their views, where they coming from, we're not going to agree on all aspects. That's just life. But as grown men and women, we can agree to disagree, but understand what is the main goal. We need to start paying attention and looking at the playbook of what the Europeans have done. They don't switch up their tactics. As a military, they don't switch the tactics, but we still fall for the banana in the damn tailpipe. We still fall for it. We got to wake up, and only you can wake yourself up, and by deciding that, do I want to continue to deal with this bullshit? I'm casting my votes constantly, and nothing is being done at all. And the small little significant strides that they give you, they think, oh, we done this, and we're supposed to be happy out of all the oppression, all the wrongfully incarcerated people, all the innocent killings, all the lies, and to perceive that's been put out to the world this is our perception. You can deal with it. I don't. So if you're smart, you take a trip. You go and you see for yourself, decide which place is best for you, and you make a plan, and you implement that plan, and you go out and you see what's real, and you see what's real for yourself, you have a better opportunity to go and to establish something where you're working for yourself and you can enjoy peacefully without the bullshit. I had a cleaning business a long time ago when I was staying in Champaign, Urbana. Champaign, Illinois. Well, I wasn't in Urbana, but they call it Champaign, but in Champaign, right? And this was back in, I want to say, wow, it's been a long time. Wow. The early, I want to say like 98. Yeah, back in 98 or 99, somewhere in there where I had that. But, you know, they make you go through so much red tape just to have your own independence. That hey, for those that's out there successful and you're doing what you need to do here in America, kudos to you. But I want to say once again, there is no problem like that between the African Americans and the Africans when you go over there. I have never encountered it, right? So that's it. That's all I have for you, family. Once again, like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment. Experience Liberia, and I'm out.